Alright, welcome back to the Dearly Beloved YouTube channel. Today we have a treat especial for me. I have a new Headrush Prime here. I get asked all the time by clients of mine, hey, I have a new piece of gear. I want you to learn it and then come teach me how to freaking use it. Or is it the right piece of gear? Well, it takes a while to dial that in. So I know what this guy's taste is, and we are going to unbox it here, get it all set up. He had it for a couple of days, digged around with it a little bit, but he doesn't know if he wants to go to analog pedals or this. So I'm going to see if I can help answer that for him and bring you guys along the way. Bring you along. I've never used this before. Never. First time even turning it on. All right, let's reposition. Let's go. Okay, so we'll need a few things to hook this up. So I got an instrument cable, regular Mogami instrument cable. Then we're gonna have mic cable. Number 4 will be left, and then number 5 will be right. So, and I'll rename it in the mixer, and then we'll be able to show you guys like, hey, okay, this is kind of how I put it all together and routed it. So I want to be able to capture it through the mixer on just like a straight DI line, and then maybe capture with different mics and just do a quick capture, because this thing can capture as well. We'll put it through its paces. That's what you'll need to hook it up, at least how I'm going to hook it up. You can go out to an amp too, but direct's better. All right, guitar for today, PRS CE24, one of the faves around here, 5708s. All right, let's turn this spaceship on. It is a pretty cool startup. That's a pretty cool startup. I dig it. All right, let's go. Skip that. I don't care about Wi-Fi right now. Okay, that's got potential. All right, let's take some EQ off this here. Okay, so that is now all the EQ is bypassed. So I had it set up for mics before. I just used the same scene. I just renamed them real fast. So I took all the EQs off. Now you're hearing what the pedal actually, you know, without anything changing. So that sounds okay. I mean, it's just whatever the first patch that just popped up right here, like whatever. All right, let's dive in. Let's see what we got. All right, now that I've had a little bit of time to noodle, just really quick, kind of finding a cabinet and an amp that I'm familiar with. So I was like, okay, I can dial it as close as I can in the real world. And then, I mean, I'm sure I'll get some cool captures at some point. I might have time today to get a capture of one of the rigs here. We'll see if I can figure it out real quick. But first, just see what it has to offer, just how it is, and then you can always download a ton more stuff. It's pretty much limitless what you can do, what you can create yourself with this too. And yeah, there's other products out there like it, but this is the latest from Headrush. Let's give it a whirl. Let's give it a whirl. Let's drive this spaceship, y'all. Let's go on a journey. All right, so real quick, so I have the amp. Boop. Amp that I've chosen is a 69 Plexi 100 watts. And then it's the channel 85 second lead cap mod. That's the overall like modification that was done to it. It sounds really, really good. Like nice and meaty, like nice and meaty. I like that. I like that a lot. We are going to now go back button. It's all pretty intuitive. It only took me like 30 seconds to figure out how to drive it and find where the amps are. It took a second for the cabinet. It took a second to load the IR, but that's whatever, it's easy. All right, so boom, now we have the cabinet, and I chose a, I don't know, Bogner, so probably Bogner Vintage 30s with the 57 and, what is it, 57 and a 421. So a dual capture on this one to build it. So that's like, that instantly reminds me of running the 57 and the 121. Like it just gets that extra meatiness because I can get like kind of the low rumble texture from a 57 and then a really nice clear from the 121. Same with the 421 from a Sennheiser. It's freaking fantastic. So it's one of the best capture mics there is. That's got a reputation for a reason. So 121 does a really good job too. So I'll probably capture, when I capture probably with the 121, I might try to do a dual capture like this. I have the mics, I have the channels. I guess we could try. I don't know. We'll see how this goes with the pedal and see if we got time today. I just got my wife back after a 4-day girls weekend trip. So yeah, I want to get home to my wife. Love you, sweetheart. And here's the big cheesy grin. Love you, baby. You're the best. All right. Okay, so let's just get after it. I'm going to tweak the levels a little bit because I want it just to be a little bit snappier. I'm just going to do that through the master. back it off there on the main, but then I will adjust it on the mixer. Oh yeah, okay, so got it quickly dialed. I'm going to mute the lav now, and we'll get after it. All right, time for an EQ. Time for a freaking EQ. Yep, EQ change. Sorry, the lav was a little hot there. I adjusted it. Sorry, guys. All right, it's just me in here today. I got no backup crew today. Chad might make an appearance to play something on this while I tweak some knobs. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. All right, so now I'm gonna add, I want an EQ. There's a little bit of like, it almost feels like a sheet is over top of the amplifier. Like, so I'm just not getting the, it's just missing a little something. So I'm gonna see if like a quick little EQ change is gonna fix that for me. So let's try. Go crispy. Right, quickly just moving it around. Positions are as follows right here. I don't know what the frequencies are on here. Just a basic 5-band EQ. So, and then I will, oh, where's the bypass? I don't know. Okay, so here's without it. And here's with it. So it just warmed it right back up. Like it makes it magic. So, all right, now I got that. We'll just dig around for a second, see if it, you know, how it feels. And then maybe I'll kick on like a reverb or delay or something. So, all right, let's go. Oh, a little bit of delay. Oh yeah, it's called for it now. I'm just gonna noodle for a bit. This is fun. I'm already having a blast, and any tone, if it can do this, like this clear, as far as like I can get a good attack, a good feel, the IRs that you download are gonna be the rest. Like as long as the impulse responses like respond to my playing and the pedal feels good and the processor can keep up with what I'm doing, pretty much thumbs up. And that goes for a lot of processors out there. There's so many that I played with. Like I really enjoy the Helix, the FM9, even though it's a pain to program on the unit, where this is a freaking breeze. This is a freaking breeze. It's awesome. I'm not even looking at it, and I can just drive it real quick. That's like, good job. Like that's freaking good job, Headrush, good job. So yeah, I'm just gonna noodle for a second with a little bit of delay, same settings, and then we'll switch to something else. I need a compressor. Let me add a compressor real fast. I want it before. Let's see. Out in. Compressor. Dive compressor. Sweet attacks. Oh, that's nice. So anytime I put on different effects, depending on how they are, it's going to slightly change and push kind of how I'm going to play the riff. So if I add on a phaser that's like that slow swooshing sound, like this is something that you can really pay attention to. So if you have a certain tempo you want to play in, is that going to match the rest of the riff? And is it timed right with the phaser? Is it timed right with the chorus? Does it sound correct? So to me, always, if it's not in tune, not in tempo, or not in time, it's just not clear to me. So I've always been really nitpicky of how I dial certain effects, but this one I'm not gonna like fine tune to me. I'm just gonna jam the riff and just see where this takes me. I'm not even gonna worry about the speed or anything. Like, it's a good speed, it's good enough. It's gonna push me around a little bit. So if you hear a cadence change, I'm not playing to a click or anything. That's what it is. All right, let's get after it, yo. Good volume response too. I like that. So I'm trying to have the riff start and end at the same point in the phase cycle, no matter where that is. If it's a high, is it a low, is it in the middle? I want it to meet the same. So as I play it over and over, if I'm going to loop it, it's going to sound the same. And sometimes when you're jamming out, you get lost and like you'll get a little bit off. Well, that phase is still going to continue at that same speed. So it's okay, just stop for a second and restart. Like, you'll get better and better at playing with more and more advanced like layers with effects. Like the Edge does it beautifully. Like, he works as little as possible to have the hugest sound as possible, and it is crazy impressive. Like, his rig is nuts. Like, go watch the rig rundown. Like, go check out that freaking rig rundown. It is awesome. Like, for nerding out with like, I'm just gonna do one little thing like here, and it's gonna sound huge and atmospheric. Like, he's the man. He's the freaking man. Hell yeah. That was good. That was good. Yep, it does the trick. It gives me the little tinglies, the freaking like hair raises. Like, I found a good tone. I had a good time freaking jamming. That phaser sounds awesome. My guess it's a phase 90. No, it's a small stone. That's why it sounds so good. It's a freaking small stone. That's what phaser's on my board. That freaking crazy big green one that I did that video. That's that crazy pedal that one. Yeah, of course the most expensive pedal freaking dropped on the board. Whatever. But that sounds awesome. That's no wonder I cut that groove so naturally. I've played that sound 1,000 freaking million times. So, yep, that's nice. Just so luscious. And a little bit of delay over the top. And then you can really play with the pulses. And the phaser is actually before the amp head, which is how I run mine. I generally don't always use an effects loop. Sometimes it's just more trouble than it's worth for like a 2% change. I used to be a super crazy stickler kid, and I know I would frustrate some of my buddies where I had to be just perfect, but I've learned to acquiesce a little bit, because EQ and knowing how to dial and recreating tones that you've heard in the past and like getting exactly how you want, that makes it a lot easier. Makes it a lot easier. sounds better with the phaser. The flanger, it's just a little 80s for that. It takes that riff in a different direction that I don't want to go. Yeah, at least that, not that flanger. So, final thoughts. Boom on the Headrush. I dig it. Like, quick little dive in. There might be a part two. But thanks to Joshua, dude. Like, thanks, man. This is awesome. I have no problems with getting you dialed in on this, man. Like, no problem. No problem. Yep, it sounds way better than the first gen. It's super easy to navigate, just like the last one. And it sounds freaking good, man. Like, it's gonna sound real good for you. Sound exactly how you want. Thanks for stopping by. Peace. Come on, just fucking unmute, you piece of shit. Let's go. UI.io is how you get into this stupid thing. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet.